From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Alrighty, everyone, welcome. It is time for the Southern Excitement Racing League R1 Paints 225. This is your regular season finale. Tonight, we find out who's in and out in the playoffs, who will get a shot to go for a title, and who is going to go home empty-handed. It's going to be 90 laps of intense racing to work it out. Let's take a look at your cut line coming in to tonight's broadcast again. So, mathematically, 12th forward is in pretty good shape. They're locked in. But 13th on back, Matthew really Pinterest there with the best opportunity here. And right now, 45 plus, I would almost put Matthew in that camp of just trying to keep it calm. Same with Kyle right there in 14th. John McMillan Sr. right there plus 31, pretty good gap. But then it starts to get dicey. 15 points between Matthew Goodell and David Duran. Those two are going to have to go for points here in the stage. You look at Goodell, he's got a 15-point lead, but that is not much at Daytona. Look behind them, Mark True back in that 18th spot, 49 points out of the playoffs. He is pretty much in Hail Mary mode right now. He's going to have to throw a pass to the end zone and hope it pays off. Because if not, he will be missing your playoffs. So, with practice wrapping up here, and we're going to let these cars work their way through practice, but man, I want to focus on this playoff grid right now. Who do you think? Man, I got to think David Duran's got a shot at running down Matt. I mean, it's Daytona, Talladega. Anything is possible when you come to these places for any type of race, especially the playoff race, cutoff race. So like we've seen today, it's just unreal. You know the nerves are through the roof for these guys as they get ready to run 90 laps here tonight. Man, if you're Duran there and you see Duran right there behind, there's Mark True going around. True really in that playoff scramble. But Goodell right there in the 38 and that 24. That's the two. I'll get rid of the cutoff battle screen for you. But that is the two that I've got to put my eyes on here tonight that I'm going to be heavily looking at. Because essentially, yes, it's more than 2-horse race, but the other guys are going to need everything to go their way. But right now, Goodell and Matt, they're close enough that it can be done. Or Goodell and David, it's close enough. It could be a drag race between those two. Remember, stage break, you will give out points. You just got to look at this and know what you're about to witness is going to be absolutely unreal here tonight. Now, so if we start to go back in time, and let's take a quick trip down history lane while we finish up this little bit of practice these guys had. My first big question that you look at plate wise, who amongst these guys not only winning the race and getting that bonus point and everything that comes with it, but securing your spot in that playoff. Again, we do not do the winning or in format, which kind of like it that way. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm not even gonna front about that. But it really makes this a very, very interesting night here at Daytona, especially. Fans, we are wrapping up practice here tonight. Thank you to everybody for coming out. Thank you to R1 Paints for putting out the sponsorship for this race. Again, if you need a paint job, check out R1 Paints and Designs. Let's go back in time, back to February. When we take a look, John McMillan, Jamie Lee Dunning, but it was David Durand finishing third in that race back in February. That could be huge as we move into the night, knowing earlier this year it was third and Matthew Goodell came home 11th earlier in the year at Daytona. So can history repeat itself again, or will we see somebody else up there really putting this together? But right now, we're going to get ready to go qualifying here. Here's the other car you got to look at, Mark True, man. He is just going to have to swing for the absolute fences and hope for the best and hope everything goes his way over these 90 laps here. That is my assessment on that. That's Mark True is kind of in a spot that you envy a little bit. Yes, you're behind, but you don't have to worry. You know your only opportunity is to go out there and dominate everything and hope for the best, right? You can't be protective. And I imagine in a lot of ways, that is going to be very nice for him tonight to just go out there and get after it. 49 points out. He's got to go out there, get it done, and hope for the best. Now, one thing I will mention, 37 points to the good. Kyle, right there in the 9 car, he's 47 points to the good, but he can't afford a disastrous night. That could shake this whole thing up, and that would open up the door for David Durand and Goodell to get in and Kyle to be out. So, I mean, you start doing the math. You got Matthew Prentice. Yes, he's technically not locked in, but I feel pretty comfortable for him. Same with Kyle. If he can get through stage 1 rather well, I feel pretty confident that he'll make it in with the amount of cars we got here tonight as well. But really, again, that Goodell and Durand battle, I think, is the standout here tonight. There's Patrick Kobe there, Mark True right now. First on the qualifying charts here with 7 minutes remaining here in queue time. So Mark True trying to get up there, get the best start possible. Ronnie Osmere right here in the 55. And what is weird to me, like you take a look at a Ronnie Osmere and some of the other guys that we know are in the playoffs this year. Do you treat this as, yes, you want the stage points, you want the playoff bonus points, but do you almost treat that as this is a wave-by race? Just go out there and have fun, blow off some steam, right? It's not as much pressure. Definitely would rather be in their scenario versus racing to get yourself in. But again, that's just me personally. So as we continue to work on qualifying here tonight for the R1 Paints 225, 90 laps your race distance. This is going to be fun, folks at home. Again, right now we'll wrap up qualifying. There's Ronnie bringing that car down pit road. I feel like there's more questions than answers going into this for some of these guys. There's a Justin Michael right with TJ Floyd, Justin Michael right there in the 87 ride. Knowing he's going to be pretty well set. Justin's got to feel pretty good about the night. Go have some fun. As we get ready to go. R1 Paint's ready to rock and roll here tonight. 225. I think R1 Paint's going to be back on board for the Bristol race as well. Good to see him there also. So right now, let's get ready. Justin Michael to pit road. Let's get ready to talk to old Justin Michael if we can. Try to talk to him on Discord. Okay. Justin on pit road here. Let's get ready to talk to him. Nice job, front of the board. Hey, Justin Michael, Matt up here in the booth. You got me real fast, man?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, man. So how does it feel coming into the night? You're not in this playoff war that we see at the cut line. Is it kind of a relaxing race coming in, not having that pressure?
Oh, yeah. Just send it. We'll see what happens.
Nothing to lose, right?
Exactly.
All you got to gain really is what? Playoff bonus points, pretty much?
That and a win, hopefully. That's about it.
There you go. Win's always good, a trophy.
Exactly.
Well, how is that number 87 tonight?
We'll see. I haven't ran any races this week, so this was my first real competitive lap that I just laid right there, so we'll see what happens. Should be a good race.
That's a bold move, Mr. Justin Michael. Boldness out of you, sir. Alrighty, man. Go get it done, dude. Have fun.
Thanks, sir.
Man, that boy is bold. Oh, my goodness. I don't know that I could do that. Just roll in here and just get going with it. That's a little epic, in my opinion. If we can talk to Goodale, I want to make sure he gets his qualifying lap in before we talk to anybody here. There's Matthew Goodale. He'll work his way off of turn 4 right now. He'll be next up in our conversation. Coming in 15 points to the gun. And he'll cross the stripe right now. So Goodale in that number 38 ride. Gonna roll through. And down the back straightaway, nice and smooth. You know, I keep saying this. I got to get a hold of the R1 Paints, guys. Because I got to get a paint done for my cup car. Because if you guys don't know, I'm running a league on Tuesdays now. They're running cup cars. So, got to get a new paint job slapped on her. Have to get a hold of R1 Paints over there to get that done. But right now, we're watching Matthew Goodale. And he'll cross the stripe. And P3. So, Goodale, P3 here tonight so far. A lot of guys not even worrying about a qualifying lap here, which I would like to say it's surprising, but it's really not when you talk about a place like Daytona. Now, one car is missing from the race here tonight, and that's Dakota Camper, that 3 machine not here. Interesting that the 3 is not here tonight for Daytona. Well, let's see. Goodale finished his lap. I believe he is. He's on pit road chilling. Let's talk to him. Hey, Matthew Goodale, Matt in the booth. You got me.
How you doing, bud?
I'm doing all right, man. Well, I got a question for you. A couple questions. We just talked to Justin Michael. and you're kind of on the other side of this. You're in the midst of that playoff cutoff battle, 15-point lead coming into the night. Does it change the way you approach this race, or do you approach it the same?
I gotta kind of manage it a bit. I mean, I'm going for a win. I love plate racing. I've had some bad luck this season, but I'm gonna race hard here in the beginning and see how everyone's kind of going out there. And if it gets a little too crazy, I'll be cautious, but definitely try and be there at the end, and I'll be aggressive. But on the same token, you got to be smart and kind of manage the points too, because definitely want to get this Bass Pro Ford in victory lane.
Yeah, you just can't. You just can't throw it away, right?
Yeah, no, I mean you still got to be kind of smart because I mean we got a good opportunity to make the playoffs. So, but I'm not going to sit back. That's for sure.
Alrighty, man. Well, best of luck here in your run for the playoffs here tonight, and hope to see you soon, man.
Yeah, I hope to talk to you at the end of the race. How's that?
10-4, man. All right, there is Matthew Goodale. Now, let's see if we can talk to it really quickly here because we're running out of time. Don't see the other half of that conversation and David Durand. Speaking about a time, we're officially out of time. So there we have it. We are done qualifying here tonight, and we'll get ready to take a look at your starting lineup from the Daytona International Speedway here tonight, and we'll get ready to get this 90-lap event underway. 90 laps, your race distance. Here's the way the field will line up. All right, starting on row number 1. It's the 87 machine. He's going to start alongside Jonathan Cogswell. That is going to be... Hang on. No. Jonathan Cogswell starting second there as things break. Hang on, I'll bring you through this way. I broke it myself over here. There we go. Justin Michael alongside Jonathan Cogswell. Row number 2, Matthew Goodale and Mr. Matt Crockett. Row number 3, John McMillan Jr. and Ronnie Osmere. Row number 4 tonight, Patrick Covey alongside Mark True. Row number 5, TJ Floyd and John McMillan Sr. Row number 6, it's David Durand alongside Joey Doucette. Row number 7 tonight at Daytona International Speedway going to be Justin Lumpkin, Chris Gonez in the 6. Row number 8, Jamie Lee Dunning alongside Kyle. Row number 9, Matthew and Mr. Jason Bridges. And there we go. That will round out your field here tonight. Let's get ready to do this. Everybody's nerves has to be on edge here rolling out at Daytona. Man, oh man. I don't know how I'd feel if I'm 87, not really run that much this week, or the 87 up front, but we'll find out, right? I think this is where you get ready to take a deep breath. You know you're going racing for 90 laps here tonight. Daytona is always a fun place. It is cut-off night for the Southern Excitement Racing League. Next week, we go to Darlington to start the playoffs. But tonight, just a few spots remain contested. And we're going to settle them right here, right now. Field down the back straightaway for the final time here coming to green. We will race into the nighttime here tonight. So watch for the sun to go down, track to cool off, and maybe pick up even a little more grip for Daytona standards. That's all things you're going to have to pay attention to tonight. Field going to form up behind the iRacing pace car. I hope everyone's had a great day. Enjoyed the race at Daytona earlier today. Now we go to the virtual Daytona Speedway, and we're ready to get the R1 Paints 225 at Daytona underway. The field will exit turn number 4, 17 cars strong for 90 breathtaking laps Here we go. The green flag will wave at Daytona. Up to speed, here we go. Let the party begin. Now, early on here, you got to pay attention to the bubble between these race cars. You can push, but you got to break through that air bubble that exists on the back of these race cars. Already starting to see that inside of the line pull ahead. Something we'll see. One car going to drop down. That's Ronnie Osmere saying, nope, I'm going to get out of here for now. Ronnie electing to drop below the double yellow line, give up some spots. That's really a luxury that Goodale does not have. He's got to stay up there in contention. Remember, it's one stage here tonight to get stage points, and there's David Duran just right there with him. So Justin Michael going to lose the lead to Patrick Kobe there at the end of lap 1. Oh, contact with Justin Michael already. Oh boy, 3 wide. This is not good. Duran right there in the mix. They scramble to get back down. Matthew Goodale going to power through to the top. He's like, I don't feel like it's safe back there. The only safe place he wants to be is the number 1 car here tonight. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? There's 2 strategies. There's the drop back strategy, and then there's trying to stay up front. You can't be in the wreck if you're ahead of the wreck. Conversely, you can drop back, try to stay out of it there. There's Mark True needing a really good night tonight. Justin Michael, after starting up front, going to be outside behind the 28 machine of Patrick Kobe. Comes up, gives Kobe a little bit of a love tap through the corner. That's the one place that you got to be careful pushing is through the corner like that. You got to be so careful through these corners. You can get the car in front of you so out of shape that they're unable to save it. And that's when we see the massive incidents known at Talladega and Daytona as the big one. Will we have a big one? Will we have a small one tonight? Back single file. Back in the pack about around, I'd call it 11th, 12th, 13th back here. Electing to single file out. There's Ronnie Osmere back here in that single file party. Now, the real nice thing about this is if we manage to stay green and get some green flag stops, that would really single file this race out. And this Cup car, if you get them single filed out, you can drag everybody to the bottom. Don't ask me how I know that, because I made the mistake of not doing that. And it cost me. Goodale out front, right where he needs to be. What impresses me about Goodale here is I feel like he knows, right? He knows that he's got to get up there and get it done, right? You can't set back. You know, you're in too tight of a playoff battle not to go get some. Think about it. You get up here in this stage. Right now, Durand is right around 6th at the moment. That 7th, that'd be a 6-7 point swing in the favor of Matthew Goodale if it was to end the way it is right now in stage number 1. So even the stage here tonight is going to be huge. Not only for those drivers, but everyone. There's John McMillan Jr. repping that R1 Paints number 51 ride, slick looking race car out there. On the back, everybody up front, first 2 or 3 cars electing to get single file. David Duran trying to come up with something on the top. Justin Michael going to leave him abandoned there in the middle. The 28 going with Michael and Patrick Kobe. Those 2 cars abandoning David Duran, slap that in the middle groove. Man, that's not a fun feeling when the cars split you on both sides. You have no help. You feel like the Lone Ranger at that point, trying to hang on. I do wonder how will Goodell and TJ and some of these guys at the very front work together when you got people like Cogswell and Jamie Lee Dunning right there in the top 5, Justin Michael there in 7th. But you're starting to see that inside lane prevail. And I hate to say this, but I kind of think we're going to get single file before much longer, probably around the bottom. Well, maybe not. Maybe I said that too soon. The outside lane is starting to kind of come back. Jamie Lee leading that outside lane, a good driver to be leading it with Justin Michael there with him. That's a good combination, at least on the top. But decisions will have to be made periodically throughout this race on how you're going to run this thing. You're still early on here. You're still trying to feel everything out, what you need to do. And great racing right here tonight so far. Here at Daytona, 2x2 in the back of the pack. Man, oh man, now that top side's starting to roll back here. And you see it right there, the 9 leading the top. I thought there for a moment we was getting ready to see that single file party at Daytona. But man, that 9 going to keep that from happening, along with that Webb and I believe just behind him, Joey Doucette. Both those guys pretty committed to one another, leading the top. Meanwhile, Matthew Goodell heads out front here at Daytona. This is really what I expected Goodell to do. Get up front and try to lead laps. Durand back here. There's Joey Doucette, Chris Gomez, Justin Michael sliding backwards. And look who's behind Justin Michael. That's David Durand. He is outside of stage positioning right now. Man, oh man, that's not what you want. Not when your playoff cut line competitors leading. You definitely. Oh, no. Big incident. Durand, I think, got through it. Carnage. Jamie Lee Dunning smoking. We'll go ahead and get ready for your replay here. Ooh, that was not good. So we'll go ahead and get ready for your Southern Excitement Racing League replay. And we'll determine where this all kicked off here. All right. Let's see. All right, let's take a look here. What kicked off this first big accident of the night? Near the front of the pack here. Everybody jostling around. I think it's going to go wrong on the outside with Kyle. Indeed it is. The 9's going to get clipped up the racetrack. The 11 just could not get off of him. And here we go. Car's going to come down the racetrack, make contact with another vehicle. Justin Michael is going to get swept up into it. And look at David Durand. Got some damage. Got through it technically, but did get some damage as the 9 goes for a wild ride. Look at the car upside down in the center of your screen. For the 11 of Joey Doucette. Holy moly. Take a look again here. So crazy. You see the wreck developing. The set wild ride up into the catch fence. Kyle gets swept up into it. The 55 of Ronnie, who laid back early trying to avoid anything, he got swept into it as well. So 12 laps in, already chaos. That is insane. Wow. I cannot believe that actually happened. Well, there you go. First big incident of the night. We'll get right back at it here as we're 13. It's 90 complete. The field will work their way back around, take one fast repair. And that is not what you want to see if you're a lot of these drivers, at least early on. But remember the strategy we talked about? Goodell was out front, which put him ahead of all this. And David Duran there didn't use a fast repair. Don't know how bad that car may or may not be hurt, but he is saving that fast repair for now. Smart move there by David. It's too early for a playoff guy, I think, to really use that fast repair. Justin Michael there coming off of pit road. Look at Mark True there in the 73, going to lead pit road. Kyle still getting towed. Remember, Kyle was, and I'll demonstrate it once again for you guys at home here in a moment. Kyle was a part of that playoff picture. And right now, on the pit road, losing precious time, came in 37 points to the good. But this is not going to be good for Kyle at all. Which means he's most likely not going to get any stage points 2 laps down right now. It's not good at all for Kyle. They're big problems for, and I'm kind of stunned that early. Didn't expect to see that. And if we look to where we're going here, man, oh man, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. Lap 30 will be for stage point. Well, what do you do now? Oh, big problems for the field, and they'll get ready to go. And oh man, wow. We start taking a look at what we're going to see here at Daytona. 35 your stage break, not 30, excuse me. So we got about 15 laps left in the stage. Goodell and Kyle going to get back on track, but 2 laps down. So, now what? David Duran's got to know that Kyle is way down there. And I mean way down there. Here comes David Duran coming to green flag in the air. We're rolling at Daytona. Up to speed, Matthew Goodell leads. Goodell leads out front. John McMillan Jr., Jonathan Cogswell, David Duran inside this top 5. Patrick Kobe there as well. Kobe having a decent run here. There's John McMillan Jr. right there as well. Kyle did use his fast repair. Keep that in mind. We got one car smoking. That's David Duran with a connection issue. David Duran with some type of connection issue. goes up and smoke in 3 and 4. He'll get in the fence. Oh no. Durand to pit road. Let's take a look at it. Something just went way wrong. Definite connection issue, I think. For David Durand, because I can't even pick him up on the replay. So David Durand having problems. Now, if you're Matthew Goodell, you now know you're in great shape, man. Up front leading this thing. David Durand on pit road struggling. Kyle had a problem. And the man up front is going to be Matthew Goodell leading at Daytona. He could stretch his playoff lead from 15 points up to 25 if he can stay where he's at. Still up front leading, huge moment in the race for him. Durand 1 lap down, continuing to run right now. The only thing that's going to save Durand in this stage is getting a caution before the stage break to put him back on the lead lap to try to come up with something. But right now the pack all over one another, battle for the race lead. Matthew Goodell and Patrick Colby. Colby going to go to the top side of the racetrack. Patrick Colby going to edge out a half a car length, now a full car length over Goodell, and TJ Floyd going to follow through. So huge here to go to victory lane at Daytona, and Patrick Colby now going to get to the bottom. He'll lead. Here comes Jonathan Cogswell. Look at Mark True right there in the mix as well. Mark True just right there in that little front pack. Big movement up front. Kobe going to go to the top. Jamie Lee Dunning going to go to the bottom. He looks for the lead at Daytona. Jamie Lee Dunning, big move to the inside. He's going to have help down there with him. It will be that number 43. Or excuse me, number 49 of TJ Floyd. Just right there behind. Patrick Colby, though, big push on the top coming from Justin Lumpkin. They'll clear to the bottom as well. Man, oh man, Patrick Colby doing such a good job with that push from Justin Lumpkin to get clear to the inside line. Did it pretty smoothly. Cleared that car to the bottom. Oh, big movement. Lumpkin to the top. Or Patrick to the top. Lumpkin to the bottom. Crew gonna follow through as well. Yeah, I don't know that I'd be pushing this hard this early, but they are absolutely going at it here. 15 laps remains in stage 1. Now Goodell sliding, believe it or not, almost outside of that stage point scenario. Man, oh man. They're going to get back in the line. Back to P6 here. Man, that would get the lucky start of the night here if Goodell don't score any stage points. David Durand would get the helping hand, lucky start of the night there to keep him in the fight for this playoff position. Mark True right there as well, but he needs Goodell to finish way back there to give him any shot, any opportunity. True gonna fight through the 5th. Mark True to P5. Goodell slipping right now. Goodell as they run outside the stage points. That's big. Man, oh man, Justin Lumpkin leading Patrick Colby, Jamie Lee Dunning, TJ Floyd, Mark True, And here comes Mark True. Man, True trying to come up with something here. Anything up to fourth. Take a look here as they continue to run single file now back to the bottom. Something we've seen them do before. Oh man, this is going to be insane. 22 of 90 complete here tonight. 23 this time by. Keep in mind, 23 complete. Everybody holding serve at the moment. Justin Lumpkin at the front of the field. You know, what's very interesting, you take a look at the stage from last week. True got one stage point. And really, you think about that. You start thinking about what these stage points have meant all year with 23 on the board. 24 this time by Justin Lumpkin out front. Jamie Lee Dunning. Mark True right there as well. Justin Michael Matthew. Interest there with Ronnie Osmeer in the mix as well. Matthew Goodell currently in 10th. Coming to 10 to go in stage 1. 2 laps from now. Goodell trying to ease back forward. This is the crazy thing about Daytona is absolutely anything can happen at any time. We've seen that one big incident at the start of the night. Really put David Duran behind the 8 ball. I didn't expect it, but definitely not shocked either, to be honest. It's Daytona. Anything can happen. Jonathan Cogswell, Justin Lumpkin, right there as well. That's the way they said at the moment. 25 complete. Scheduled 90 on the racetrack here. Jamie Lee Dunning, Mark True right there as well. Beautiful race for those guys. 25 of 90 complete. Justin Lumpkin out front leading the field. Let's go crank it up at Daytona. All right, back here is again as we continue to run. Jamie Lee Dunning up front, hanging tight, leading away with the 77 right there as well. Mark True, Patrick Kobe, right there in the mix also, 2x2. A little bit of contact mid-pack here. A little bit of door slamming going on, but they'll keep it green. 30 on the board, this time by 90 here at Daytona, coming to less than 6 to go in stage number 1. Jamie Lee Dunning gonna duck in behind Justin Lumpkin. Jamie Lee Dunning, Justin Lumpkin lead here. The pack at Daytona. First third of this race about to be in the books. 30 lap here in the books. The first of 3 30-lap stages, basically. First, the only official stage to end at lap 35. Now they'll start to try to stay away. Matthew back here, Justin Michael there as well. They're going to stack up on the high side really hard for Ronnie Osmeer. That was a really tight situation. Ronnie backed out a little bit, and the 27 Jonathan had to jump out of the throttle, and it really stacked that top lane up. I've got to imagine the stack up continues to happen. Somebody's going to get turned around at some point. Goodell just inside the top 10 here. Running 9th, TJ Floyd, Patrick Kobe. Everybody trying to move forward the best they can here late in stage 1. It'll be late in stage 1. We got that slower traffic of David Durand. Remember, had that problem, difficulties for him. He'll slide backwards. Put him 2 laps down. David Durand needed stage points here tonight, but it's not going to happen with less than 5 to go in the stage. Now everybody's starting to single file back out. Jamie Lee Dunning, Justin Lumpkin right there as well. A little bit of contact behind them. TJ Floyd there in the mix also. Great run for him. Oh, we got problems front straightaway. Mark True involved. He'll slide to a stop. No caution as of yet. Mark True heavily damaged. Oh, man. One more look here. True gets some contact, gets in the fence, spins around. I guess the bright side, no caution. Not so lucky for True. He's going to drop outside of those points he could have gotten. And I'm pretty sure that's pretty much going to eliminate him from that playoff cutoff battle. Here comes Jonathan Cogswell. Look just in front of Matthew Goodell. Great job for him. 33 on the board. And there we go. Yet another playoff contender having problems here late in the stage. And nobody but Matthew Goodell in that battle for the cutoff line is even going to get stage points here if this continues. That is absolutely insane. Now 3 wide, coming to 34. It'll be 2 to go in the stage. Goodell, 3 wide. And at this point, if you're Goodell, just don't get in a wreck here. Get somewhat inside here and just ride it out. 2 to go. Coming to 1 lap to go in stage number 1. Next time, Bobby Raw up front. Justin Lumpkin, Jamie Lee Dunning playing it out for the end of stage 1. The lead off of turn 2, stacked up like dominoes. It's like Domino's pizza at the front of this field, stacked together. Jamie Lee Dunning right there in second, Justin Michael in third. We know how good plate racers they are. Coming to the 1 to go in stage number 1 tonight here for the R1 Paints 225 at Daytona. Coming to the stripe. One to go. Here we go. Justin Michael, Jamie Lee Dunning, Justin Lumpkin. Look at Justin Michael backing up, trying to get the big run down the back straightaway. He's got a bit of a run. No, Ronnie's going to pull out a line. That'll kill the momentum a little bit. I think Ronnie went too early. He's going to stall him out. Jamie Lee looking at something here. A little bit of contact behind him. Jamie Lee Dunning to the outside of Justin Lumpkin. Here we go. Contact. Car sideways. And Jamie Lee Dunning will win stage 1. Justin Michael second, Patrick Kobe third, Justin Lumpkin, Cogswell, Goodell, Osmere, TJ Floyd, John, and Matt, all right there at the end of the stage. Wow. That got a little funky. Oh boy. Well, that's the end of stage 1, folks. And great job for the guys up front. We'll go to commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk to our stage winner, Jamie Lee Dunning, holding on for a great stage win with Justin Michael in second.
From Mortar to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Back here live at Daytona Raceway. Here for the Southern Excitement Racing League. Ready to go back green flag racing here in a moment. And we will get it going here. Jonathan Cogswell will get up front here. Coming off of pit road 38 of 80 complete here tonight. We'll get ready for yet another restart here this evening. We'll continue to get back at it here. Again, crazy stage number 1. What does stage 2 have in store for us here tonight from the Daytona Raceway? We'll go green with about 40 on the board of the scheduled 90. This is going to be so insane here tonight. Just shy of halfway Here tonight at Daytona, Jonathan Cogswell out front, Patrick Kobe, Matthew Goodell right there as well, trying to make his run into the playoffs. We'll get stacked back up here and ready to go for yet another go at this here tonight with 39 on the board of the 90 that was scheduled. And we'll get ready to rock and roll. So we get ready to fire it back up. 40 on the board this time by. And it's going to be a heck of a race. And they get back going 40 this time by. Here we go, back at it, 2x2, Jonathan out front. Jonathan out front, here we go again. Jonathan Cogswell gonna get back to the front of the field, along with Patrick Kobe. Cobster right there in second. There's Joey and Matthew Goodell there as well. 40 of 90 complete. Jonathan Cogswell out front leading, doing a wonderful job. There's Matthew Goodell giving chase at the moment. They'll get back in the line. 40 of 90 in the books. Wonderful racing right now as they work their way back down the front straightaway. Jonathan Cogswell with Goodell. Good little breakaway for now. Right now, Jonathan Cogswell, Matthew Goodell, John McMillan Jr., all right there in the mix also. Jonathan Cogswell, John McMillan Jr., Patrick Kobe, Jamie Lee Dunning, Joey Doucette, right there in the mix also doing a wonderful job. Joey sitting there in the 11 in the top 5 machine, top 5 at the moment, right behind the 51 of John McMillan Jr. Big run coming to the back bumper of the 38 of Goodell. Go back out of it though. Big push coming for Patrick Kobe on the top. He's got Jamie Lee Dunning all over that rear tailpipe, giving him a shove into one. Look at them check out. That's what you can do when you finally get linked up. You've seen how hard they had to work to do it, but they got linked up and really jetted out in front of the field. The problem is you can't stay tucked in like that forever. If you could do that, it'd be a wonderful ride around here, I'm telling you that. But this package is not that simple. Bubble between the cars is absolutely unreal each and every time. When we start talking about bubbles and cars and et cetera, it's a lot crazier than you think it is. Look at them working back and forth, working the lanes right now. Patrick Kobe out front leading the way. Jamie Lee Dunning, Ronnie Osmeer right there as well. Big push coming on the outside lane once again. The 54 out front with Ronnie right there behind him. Everybody holding serve at the moment. Pretty good run. Jamie Lee Dunning out front. Jamie Lee leading. 44 this time by. Here at Daytona. Closing in on the halfway marker. Now Jamie Lee Dunny, Ronnie Osmere out front. If you take it, Matthew Goodale, he's in 6th. I think he's just settling in. He knows if he can stay where he's at, he's playoff bound. Which is smart, right? You don't have to get up there and wreck the car. You don't have to push the issue. Just get in line where you're at and hold on. That's what he's doing. Brilliant move, actually. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, my guy. Man, oh man, nose to tail. Starting to see the single file party. This should be fun. So they continue to run here. 45 on the board of 90 this time by. .46 this time by. Right now, Jamie Lee out front. Jamie Lee Dunning continuing to lead right now with help from Ronnie Osmere. Osmere doing a wonderful, wonderful job at the moment. Hey, what, those two up front, that is a deadly combination. And they continue to inch through this one. Right now, what a battle up front, nose to tail at the moment. At the moment, as you see that front lane starting to get in that single file formation that we've seen so much of here. TJ Floyd, the only car really outside. He's trying to hold the outside lane at the moment, and he's going to drop like a rock. He's got no help up there, and I don't think anybody's coming up there anytime soon. That's the issue with it, right? You get up there on your own, and you don't have any drafting help, and it's not like somebody's going to jump up there and give up a ton of spots to come help you. He's going to drop to the tail here. Look to get in line. Because as crazy as stage 1 was, I don't think we're going to see that in stage 2 here tonight. I think stage 2 may be a getting a lane and choo-choo train around the racetrack stage, which is smart for a ton of these folks. You see David Durand right there, horrible night, 4 laps down. Not what he needed. Seeing his chances at the playoffs dwindle and go into smoke right now as he rides behind Ronnie Osmere, just sitting there riding at the moment. It's kind of funny how this always happens. The playoff picture kind of takes care of itself in these races almost every time. And with 50 going on the board here, it'll be 40 to go here pretty soon here tonight. You got to think about that. Jamie Lee out front, first 2, 3, 4 cars committed to one another, and now everybody else is going to jump back in the line. Continuing to be a really smart race. It's really a chess match out here at over 190, 200 mile an hour. Just a brilliant move to stay in line and take care of yourself. 50 on the board at the strike. 50 on the board. Jamie Lee Dunning up front, continuing to lead right now. It'll be 40 laps to go this time by Daytona for the Southern Excitement Racing League. As they fight through right to the bottom, 50 of 90 complete. Everybody hanging on and everybody doing what they can. Now it's a little bit of movement on the outside. Justin Michael coming along with a couple more on the top. Great move. 51 of 90 in the books this time by. Big bump coming. Look at a couple cars out there trying to get that outside lane to pick up, but they can't do it right now. Majority, everybody's still willing to set in stone where they're at. Very smart play, very risky play in a way, but really this is what you want to do. A couple of cars going to dive out of line, but nothing to it. Wonderful racing at Daytona right now, 52 on the board. 52 on the board this time by. Everybody working their way through 52 and 90 complete at the moment. As they run, everybody single file. 52 of 90 complete. So, not really shocking here to see these guys get in line for a bit. Oh, contact. Hello. Matthew just about got turned around. Even single file. That's the problem. A little bit of a checkup. You get rear-ended and you just about get turned completely sideways. Great job by that driver to grab a hold of the wheel and straighten that machine out. Because that car was pitched and headed for the wall. Look at it that way. And gathered it up. He'd have been in a fence in a hurry. The car was pitched at an angle, but he gathered that machine up and kept it rolling. Easy does it out front. Ronnie leads. Everybody chasing right now. That could have been disastrous. Boy, oh boy, it's nice to see him getting in line, but daggum. Some moments here. Jamie Lee has slid backwards, gotten back behind Justin Michael. Back in line once again. That's really all you can do is get in line and try to recover when you slide back there. Once again, we got him. Oh, we got problems. Back straight away. Couple of cars into the wall. Joey to set. The 11 on the apron. Matthew got the outside wall. He's going to have a broken right front spindle. Jonez is going to peek through here. It's going to be an unscheduled pit stop for the driver of the 15. Broken right front suspension on that ride. He'll come down to get it fixed, but he does not have fast repairs left. This might end the 15's night here at Daytona. He'll get to his pit box. Unfortunate for that number 15 machine. Everybody else still single file. And to his box, he's going to back up, having trouble because you can't turn. And yeah, I'm afraid this might be a terminal issue on that machine. Everybody back single file. So let the party begin. I like to see these guys being so thoughtful of what moves they make. They're not just going out there and swinging for the fences. They're being really methodical about how they work around this racetrack. And that is what's the word I'd use here? That is the normal operating procedure at Daytona and Talladega. Be methodical about it. as much as it's chaos and out of control and bump drafting and big wrecks, if you use your head, you can normally work through it. They're still doing it right now. They're single file up front, no change. Patrick Kobe, Jamie Lee Dunning, Justin Lumpkin. There's Jamie Lee, single file. And that's the thing. I mean, on screen, you're like, oh, they're single file and et cetera, but it's really the smart thing to do. And we're hanging on 37 or 40 or 57 on the board. Well, that is the way it sets here with Ronnie out front at the moment. As you run right now, Ronnie leads the way. Ronnie continues. I mean, what a battle at the moment for Ronnie leading the way right now. At the moment, Ronnie up front holding tight here. Ronnie Osmere continuing to lead. Jonathan Cogswell right there in second. John McMillan Jr., Patrick Kobe right there as well, hanging tight. Wonderful racing at the moment. So now, a little bit of movement in the pack. Patrick Kobe right there, TJ Floyd. Two cars making a move here. Going to the top. Here comes John McMillan Jr. Up top, trying to look for a way around Ronnie and Mr. Jonathan Cogswell at the front. But still yet the run's kind of dying out here on the top side. They'll immediately start to get back in line again and will continue to run the bottom. That's the way everybody sets single file nose to tail. Jonathan Cogswell leading. Right now, 60 of 90 complete. Up front, Ronnie leads the way. Ronnie Osmere out front leading, continuing over Jonathan Cogswell, nose to tail. Here comes Matthew Goodell right there in the mix also. Matthew Goodell looking for a spot here. We're about 23 laps into this run. Man, oh man, it's not going to be too long before we start looking at pit stops. Here comes Goodell up top. He's got help. One car with him, two cars on top, making some momentum, making hay up there on the top side. Good run, Ronnie Osmere continuing to be right there in second. They'll all sneak through. 62 complete. Here tonight at Daytona. Osmere. Good deal. Ronnie, Patrick. There's Ronnie, there's Jonathan, there's John, there's Justin Michael. All in the mix out front. Again, continuing to tick off laps here. David Duran there. Up top, he'll let the field go by on the bottom. Smart move by David Duran here. Great move by Durand. Everybody else holding on. Matthew Goodell up front as well. Goodell holding serve. Now, back to the bottom they all go. Patrick Kobe and TJ Floyd. Great run. Wonderful racing, man. All the way through here tonight. Wonderful racing at Daytona. Back single file for the most part now. Very smart play. Very, very smart play back to the bottom for everybody. Back into kind of riding right now. We continue to see single file racing at Daytona. Single file, single file, single file right now. So much fun to watch. They continue to do what they can at the moment. So, what are we going to see as the field runs through here? Great job, Matthew Goodell out front. Goodell leading here tonight. Continuing to hang tight at the moment. Matthew Goodell leading the way. Patrick Kobe right there as well. TJ Floyd hanging tight. Jonathan Cogswell and more right there is in the line. Doing a wonderful job. TJ Floyd, Patrick Kobe right there, Matthew Goodell right there in the mix also. So, John McMillan Jr., Justin Michael, Ronnie Osmier, Jamie Lee Dunning right there in the mix also. There's Jamie Lee Dunning, Justin Lumpkin hanging tight in the mix, doing what he can. Chris Jones, Matt Crockett there. But up front, Matthew Goodell continuing to lead. But continuing to lead right now and doing what he can. Now, nose to tail, Matthew Goodell hanging tight at the moment. Leading here at Daytona with Patrick Kobe in second. Kobe hanging on, doing everything possible he can do. So let's see how these guys hang in there. Wonderful racing. Ooh, a little bit. Oh, we got cars to pit road. Here we go. Pit stop, Justin Michael coming down, and more. Down pit road, final pit stop for these guys. 30 laps into the run, they're all going to hit pit road, fuel and tires. So fuel and tires, they'll hit pit road. They continue to hit pit road. Matthew Goodell out front. There's Patrick Kobe right there in second now. This little pack will break back away. Interesting stuff here. As the field works their way back to pit road. Here we go. Coming to pit road now. Everybody down pit road, fuel and tires. So fuel and tires, Matthew Goodale there. Down pit road. Wonderful job. And pit road for him. Here we go. Wonderful racing across the board for everybody involved. Patrick Kobe leading the way right now. Back out and rolling here. Back single file. It's going to break both of these packs up for the moment. Gonna break them up a little bit. Now here comes a run. Outside. Here we go. TJ Floyd right there in the mix also. Everybody going to go to the top. Look at him work the top side. Big run. Ronnie Osmeer going to take advantage. Ronnie Osmeer, big move to the top of the racetrack. Good job by Ronnie. Big move there. Good job by Ronnie here, making the move on the top. Wonderful run up top. Here we go. Field gonna hang on. Big move around the top. Now to the bottom. Patrick Kobe out front. Couple more. Ronnie sliding backwards here. 20 to go. Matthew Goodale leading. Goodale leading here. Matthew Goodale leading this pack in third. My apologies. Right now with Jonathan Cogswell, I think Goodale has an opportunity to get a big push here at some point with 20 to go. Patrick Kobe right there. He's in a great position here with TJ Floyd and Ronnie Osmeer. At least in his front pack. It's about, 0.6 of a second off the leaders, Jamie Lee Dunning, and then you're going to have Joey DeSant leading pack number 2 with Justin Lumpkin. Matt back here all by himself as well. That's a rough run for Matt here tonight. Kobe continuing to lead. Patrick Kobe doing a wonderful job hanging on, leading the way here at Daytona. Patrick Kobe, Mr. Jonathan Cogswell, Matthew Goodale right there as well. Nose to tail out front for the moment. Everybody hanging on. Patrick Kobe leading. Jonathan Cogswell, Matthew Goodale, your top 3. 73 on the board this time by. Patrick Kobe leads at Daytona late. Can Goodale or John McMillan Jr. make a stab at it? We're going to have to back it up, get some runs going. Pretty even across these vehicles right now. No big momentum runs at the moment. Late in Daytona like this, you start looking for people backing their lanes up. Trying to figure out a way to pull it off. But right now, not happening. Everybody sitting still. Nice job, 73 on the board. Here tonight at Daytona. 73 complete. 74 this time by. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. This has been one heck of a race so far. It's going to stack back up once again. Always difficult when you start seeing them stack up like that. It's going to be so hard to generate a run as you get stacked up. Matthew Goodell came into the night trying to hang on to that playoff pitcher and did exactly what he needed to do that. Now, late in the going, he's looking at a beautiful opportunity to do that. 1 week from tonight, he'll be playoff bound, most likely, if he stays where he's at the moment at least. Field, single file. Everybody behind him, same thing. Goes to tail 75 of 90 complete. Here tonight at Daytona. Let's do one more, crank it up. When we come back, we'll be with you to the end here of the R1 Paints 225 at Daytona. We're back here. It's TJ Floyd slow in the corner. Will this draw a yellow? With 15 to go, he's going to roll down the banking. No caution yet. Now he's come to a complete stop. He'll get it to the apron and keep rolling. What happened here? TJ Floyd having an issue. Oh, he just got into Ronnie. Ronnie's on the outside. Well, Ronnie just tried to get clear and got tagged up into TJ Floyd, and it broke that left front. Unfortunate for TJ, nowhere to go. And it did not drag a caution out. So with 14 to go, he'll head to pit road. Now this front pack dwindles even more. Down to about 5 cars in this front pack with 13 to go. 13 laps to go at Daytona. TJ Floyd off of pit road. Justin Michael back here in the 87. Beretta filters machine not having the night that he wanted. 12 to go this time by. Now field down the front straightaway once again. 12 laps to go. Here tonight at Daytona. Just 12 laps remaining. Patrick Kobe right there as well. Justin Michael. Fighting through. Patrick Kobe out front. Patrick Kobe out front doing a wonderful job at the moment. Patrick Kobe trying to hang on. Matthew Goodell there as well. Doing what he can. Matthew Goodell right there in line in the 38 machine. Great run for him. Down the front straightaway once again. Patrick Kobe, Matthew Goodell hanging tight. That's the way they say it. Patrick Kobe out front doing everything he can to hang on. Matthew Goodell right there in second. Jamie Lee Dunning in third. Everything he can. Right now, 80 laps in the books of 90. 11 to go at Daytona. Patrick Kobe continuing to lead. Patrick Kobe continuing to lead the way. Matthew Goodale there in second. 81 of 90 complete. Jonathan Cogswell, John McMillan Jr., Justin Lumpkin back here. What about Ronnie Osmere, Dakota or Joey, Justin Michael right there as well. Great racing so far, I gotta say. Patrick Kobe out front of this field way here. This front pack is checked out on everybody else. You see them 14 seconds back. Justin Lumpkin, Ronnie, and the 11 of Joey right there. Not going to be able to run them down for 14 seconds back here tonight. John McMillan Jr., the final car in this front pack right now, trying to stay with the guys in front of him. Jonathan Cogswell, Jamie Lee Dunning right there as well. And this front pack's just going to stay stuck together here, probably to the last moment here. To go this time by. Field continuing to do the same. Decisions late at Daytona. When do you pop out and make that move that we all know the guys will make at some point? Going to be an interesting decision really late in the going as they figure this out right now. Single file, 8 to go. Single file right now. Everybody in the front pack staying calm, cool, and collected. Take a look at this backpack, 14.8 seconds back. Just too far back to do anything without a yellow. Man, nose to tail up front. These 5 cars have really set themselves apart from everybody else here tonight. Just continuing to do that same plan. Like nose to tail up front in the top 5. Great decisions across the board. 7 to go. As they run, Patrick Kobe out front of this field holding tight. Patrick Kobe hanging tight out front, nose to tail. Everyone else behind him. Right now, Patrick Kobe leads. Right now, 6 laps to go at the strike. Be so daggum interesting. 6 laps to go this time by. Front 5 or 6 cars staying lined up. Just running down to the end of this one. 5 to go. The surprise here, just keeping it tight, keeping it single file. 5 laps to go. We're coming to 4 to go with Patrick Kobe out front leading. Everyone else at bay here trying to come up with a strategy late on what they're going to do. Pack number 2, not much going on back there either. There's too far back, 14.9 seconds. You see them single file back here, but Kobe and Goodale out front. The thought has to be going through your mind. When do you make the move? A very interesting decision to be made here. We're very late. Decisions for the top five. Who I think it may be Goodell that steps out, but I don't know where does Jamie Lee go if he does step out. And oh man, 3 to go. Three laps to go here at Daytona. Single file right now for the most part. Kobe, Goodell, Jamie Lee Dunning right there in line as well. No movement. Man, 2 to go. Decisions here. 2 laps to go this time, Bob. We're going to start seeing zigzag movements from the front of the field. 2 to go at Daytona. Man, oh man. Patrick Kobe leading here. Goodell in second. Jamie Lee Dunning in third. Coming to 1 lap to go at the Daytona International Speedway. Down the back straightaway. 1.5 laps to go for the front of the field. Patrick Kobe leads. Matthew Goodell there in second. Down the back straightaway they come. Here we go. It'll be 1 lap to go at the stripe. 1 to go this time by. Field gonna stack up together. Here comes the movement. Kobe, Goodell, Jamie Lee, 1 to go. 5 cars under a blanket here down into turn 1. Kobe gonna try to make the move here. Here comes Cogswell. Contact with Cogswell. And that's going to be Goodell. Hard into the outside wall. Kobe will check out with John McMillan Jr. John McMillan Jr. trying to chase him down halfway down the back straightaway. Less than a corner to go at Daytona. Here comes Jamie Lee, but he's too far back. McMillan Jr. going to jump to the bottom. Jr. to the bottom. 2x2 contact again. Cars on the apron. Here comes Jamie Lee. Jamie Lee to the top. He's got the momentum. And Jamie Lee will come through. Checkered flag for Jamie Lee Dunning. And Goodell, sparks flying from his machine, is going to try to limp his way into the playoffs. By some miracle, Matthew Goodell, with a broken right front suspension, will go to the playoffs, and Jamie Lee Dunning will get the win after Patrick Kobe and John McMillan Jr. made contact, cost themselves the win, handing it to Jamie Lee. What a battle at the end of this one. We'll get ready for your post-race interview. All right, back here as Jamie Lee comes home with the win. Let's get ready to talk to him here at Daytona. For Jamie Lee Dunning epic run. All righty, Jamie Lee Dunning, Matt in the booth, you got me.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. Well, you're going to come away with victory lane as the two in front of you kind of made contact, gave you the big run. How about that, buddy?
I mean, let me tell you what, it was hectic. When Ronnie and TJ got into it in the backstretch and I seen the front four, I could tell you that I wasn't in the right position. I had two from Prentice Mattel Racing, and then I also had Goodell and Kobe who work really well with each other. So I was kind of, I was like, what am I going to do? Who am I going to work with? And, am I just going to let these two happen? And that's what happened. I mean, those two teams got side by side. Two of them got into each other, and the other two got into each other and set up to the sale and to victory lane.
Yeah, man. Seas parted, basically.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it couldn't be any better. I mean, I feel bad for those two as, McMillan Jr. and Colby were battling hard and beating and banging. I mean, which is Daytona. So, that's what's going to happen on the last lap. People are going to side draft, get into each other. So, I mean, feel bad for those guys because they're trying to win as well. And I just, had to do what I had to do to keep my car clean and get a top 3 out of it.
Well, there you go. You ended up going to victory lane, Jamie. Now the attention turns to the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, playoff time. We got one super speedway in there, a road course that, I can be decent at. So we got a fair chance. I just got to stay out of trouble and, not make stupid mistakes like I have done the past few weeks. So it feels good to be back up in the top 5. Actually, in victory lane, hopefully tides has turned for me for the playoffs.
Hope so, man. Well, again, Jamie Lee, man, congratulations on a great run and a great win here tonight, sir.
Thank you, bud.
All right, Jamie Lee goes to victory lane tonight. Coming home second, sitting in here with us. Old Patrick Kobe, you got me, buddy?
I got you.
Well, man, I know you're disappointed with the second, but you and John put on one heck of a show there.
It was a lot of fun. I just got a little bit too loose up at the top and let Jamie drive right on by.
Yeah, I think Jamie caught y'all snoozing just a bit there.
Yeah, he definitely did. But congrats to him. He did what he needed to do and was right place, right time.
Well, man, P2 here tonight at Daytona, surviving this place with a second. You can't be too bummed about.
No, we were up front. We led a bunch of laps. A lot of thanks to Matt Goodell. He, really pushed me along there at the end, and it was great working with him again.
Well, man, again, it was a great battle to watch. I'll tell you that much.
It certainly was. It was a lot of fun there that last lap, and just one spot short. That's all.
Well, one spot short, but still a P2 on the night, man. Again, Patrick, congratulations on a very nice run and good save out of 4, by the way.
Thank you. It certainly helped maintain the second and get to talk to you, I think, for the first time this season.
Yeah, I think so, man. The first top 3 for you. And, man, that car was like at a 60-degree angle.
Yeah, it was sideways.
That was all but wrecked.
Yeah, somehow it managed to kind of keep itself going there.
In a 4, man. Well, again, Patrick, congratulations. P2 at Daytona here tonight. Congrats, man.
Thank you very much, sir.
All righty, Mr. John McMillan Jr., you got me?
I got you.
Well, you were a part of that chaos there at the end. You two, of course, made contact. We just talked to Pat about that. But on your end, when he got sideways right in front of you, big question, how in the world you could keep that front bumper off of him?
Yeah, I let off the gas a bit. I didn't want to wreck again to make it even worse. I wanted to at least make it to the finish line. So I just let off the gas and kind of everything played out fine.
Well, man, top 3 here at Daytona. I know it's not a win, but still a top 3 at Daytona. Pretty big accomplishment for you.
Yeah, I'll take top 3 anytime.
Well, man, what's your plan for the rest of the season here, man?
I run as many races as I can and have as much fun as I can. Help my teammates, maybe try and win a championship. I'm out of it, but I'll help them as much as I can.
And for John, well, again, Bud, P3, in an epic race to the line there. And again, it was fun to watch you there in that R1 paints machine.
Yeah, good, great job by Andrew. He paints all these cars. Does a wonderful job.
Well, man, I tell you what, it'd been cool if the R1 Paints machine would have went to victory lane in the R1 Paints 225, but just a little bit short tonight.
Yeah, just a little short. Me and my teammate there tried each other, and then he got wrecked there and won. But it would have panned out if we wouldn't have got wrecked there. I think we would have got her, but oh well, for another time.
Another time, sir. Congratulations on a P3 here tonight.
Thank you.
All right, there we go. Your top 3 here tonight. Let's see if we can talk to Matthew Goodell. Matthew Goodell, Matt in the booth, you get a copy.
Yeah, how you doing?
Well, it didn't end the way you wanted. It ended up in a shower of sparks, but you're in the playoffs.
Yeah, good car all night. Was up front quite a bit, so I kind of blew an opportunity at the end. I'm definitely kicking myself. I had a small window to cut down to the inside back in front of Jamie, but it's all good. Made it to the playoffs, so we'll go on from there.
All right, playoff bound for that 38 machine. Now your focus has to turn to Darlington.
Yeah, good track. I like that track, so looking forward to going there. And now it's focus on getting as many points to try and make it to the next round.
Here we go, round by round, right?
Exactly.
One round at a time. That's all you can do in this format.
Yep. So we're gonna give it hell and see what we can do.
And for everybody, go get them. Congratulations on making the playoffs, sir.
Appreciate it. Thanks to my teammates too for the support and helping me.
And for man. Well, Matthew, we will see you in 1 week when we go to Daytona or Darlington.
Sounds good. See you in Darlington, and thanks for the broadcast.
No problem, man. All right, folks. The playoff field has now been set. The last qualifying car in, Matthew Goodell. We will line them up when we get to Darlington in 1 more week. We'll have your official points tally there sometime this week. I'll post it on the Extreme Sim TV Facebook page. And it's off to Darlington for round 1 of the playoffs. Boy, oh boy, is that going to be absolutely insanity when we go to Darlington for the first race of the playoffs here. Everything's about to get really serious real quick for the Cup Series here. And again, we take a look at what we've seen here tonight. The chaos will continue on to Darlington Raceway in 1 week. I want to thank everyone for coming out here tonight as we get ready and set for what is sure to be a fun one here at Darlington. Again, that will be September the 4th, 160.5 laps at Darlington. Thank you to R1 Paints for the sponsorship. Again, congratulations to them. You have watched. This has been the R1 Paints 225 at Daytona. 1 week from now, the playoff begins for the Southern Excitement Racing League. We'll be back right there at the playoffs 1 week from tonight. Movement on the start time again, 8:15 Eastern, to cover all things playoffs. Until then, everyone stay safe. Have a great night. We'll see you at Darlington.